So, exchange and completed.
Exchange and completed, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'd like to take us back to the beginning.
Yep.
You had a few agents out to value your beautiful house in Great Massingham.
I did, and thank you.
What was the deciding factor on who you chose, and why did you choose the Norfolk agents?
First of all, I think we had 4 agents out to value. A couple of the agents were very good, you being one of them, but I think out of all of them, you came round and you were very, very honest. Talk to us about the market, and rather than contradicting everything the papers are saying, you were like, yeah, it is a challenge out there. Very honest and very, very calm about what you could offer. Second reason was the package that you offer, which is the upfront fee. That was a real appeal to us, but we were nervous that as people who have worked in property in London in the past, we were thinking, yeah, but what if they get our money and then we don't hear from them again, or we're just chasing each day. Hi guys, any news, any viewings, any people, that sort of thing. We were nervous.
It's something we have a lot, and then we start the process and the marketing process and the photography and the drone and the video. And at that point, did you start thinking, well, this is good?
We decided to take a punt on it regardless, because the fee was such a good offer, and we thought at that price, let's see how it goes. Then when you started marketing and the feedback we were getting from you, the contact we had from the guys in your office, we were pretty blown away, and we were like, okay, this could work really well.
I think we had a few people round, and we nearly got you sold before.
You did. And that was actually, and then it's been such a long process, I'd forgotten that. All of the agents that came round, because I was trying to be a bit clever, all of the agents that came round, I said, but look, whilst we're just thinking about it, whilst we're working out what we need to do, at that point we were just at the end of the renovation on our property anyway. I said, look, if you've got anyone, give me a shout, get them round. If you get it sold, I'll pay the fee, obviously. Didn't hear anything from anybody. We got a call from, I think, one of your team actually about 2 days later saying, Shane's told me about your property. I've just spoken to somebody who's moving up from down south, if I remember rightly. Sounds like your place would be great. I've already got a viewing tour booked. Can I slip your property in? And I was like, absolutely. I love that sort of thinking out the box a little bit, and rather than just going, hi, how can I help? You'd like to see this property? Thinking about, actually, there's a property that's out there that's coming on.
Yeah, it's something we're working really hard on.
And they nearly
I knew it. We spoke, didn't we, on that Sunday evening?
Yeah, I think they said they would have it.
Yeah, we thought that was easy.
That would have been a blind.
Yeah, we're working really hard on that to be really proactive, especially in a more challenging market. And going back to the old-fashioned estate agency where you have to pick up the phone and not just rely on the likes of Rightmove and Zoopla.
Which, I think it's, in my experience, it's quite easy to do estate agency when a market is absolutely heaving. It's a lot harder to be a good estate agent when the market is harder. Yeah. And at the moment, it is a tough market, and that's, honestly, where you excelled.
Oh, brilliant. Obviously, we eventually found the right buyer.
Yep.
We then, in my opinion, again, the estate agent really comes into their own through that sort of sales progression and chasing the chain and handling the solicitors, etc. And I know Lucy was assigned to you.
Yes.
And how was that experience,
I'm smiling because I cannot quite believe how good, and I'm glad she's not here at the moment, but how good she was. As I mentioned to you, that was the first time my other half and I have bought a property in a chain, and we cannot believe how complicated it got. Not through anyone's fault, but at the very bottom of the chain there were issues, the next property up there were issues, and what Lucy brought to that was, and I can speak very much personally, her knowledge about the process and all the different aspects to the chain was exceptional. Even to the point that so many of the problems we had were at the bottom of the chain. It was planning issues. Lucy, before calling me, would say, I've experienced this before, so what I did is I got in touch with the planning office down south. I spoke to somebody, they're actually quite helpful. They have said I can call them back next week as well. So I am on the case. We're just trying to prompt them to get paperwork issued, that sort of thing. I've never experienced an estate agent sort of going to those lengths. So her tenacity and her knowledge of the process and her ability to keep everybody calm. Quite honestly, the deal would have fallen through if it hadn't have been for her.
you know, we're working really hard to do as best as we can, and our team, I genuinely believe all of them would have given you a brilliant service, but Lucy is exceptional.
I can speak for the others in that I met Shay and Pete early on in the process, and again, just the friendliness and the calm approach was very different to what I've experienced before. And also just the courtesy of not once was I sat there going, I wonder what's happening. Even if it was just a one-line email, a lot of the time, it was just one-line email, just to let you know, I haven't forgotten about you, I've left messages for so-and-so and so-and-so. As soon as they get back to me, I'll take it.
It's fantastic feedback, and we really appreciate you selling your, because it was a really beautiful house. And
thank you, I mean,
obviously it's exciting for your new journey in this beautiful home as well, and obviously we wish you the very best, and we'll stay in touch, I'm sure. But
well, I'm not moving again. Ever. I'll say that. I'll call you in 6 months. But, I came out of it with the most positive, happy feeling of the experience I had. It's been exceptional. I'm genuine when I say that. So
that's awesome.
I appreciate it so much. We love this place, and I think we would have lost it if we hadn't had you guys. So thank you.
Well, no, thank you as well, and we obviously wish you the very best in your new home.
Thank you so much.